Hello and welcome to an Assetto Corsa Competizione video where today we shall be taking a look at the fourth and final track that I am yet to cover from the Intercontinental GT Pack, and that is of course Kyalami. And the car that we're going to be driving for this video today is the 2015 Mercedes AMG GT3 car. And as we've done so with the previous first impressions for the other three circuits from the IGTC pack, I'm going to drive out of the pit lane in a practice session, give initial thoughts and feelings on the circuit, and do a track guide, and then later on we'll try and do a couple of fast flying laps with me being quiet so you get to enjoy all the car sounds and all that good stuff. Now this video is taking a little bit longer to get to than the others because I've never actually driven Kyalami before, so I kind of needed to learn the circuit a little bit in order to do the circuit kind of justice and give you guys a good representation for the track guide that I'll do on the second lap. So yeah, I've been turning laps trying to get familiar with the circuit, and I'm not 100% of the way there. I'm not blisteringly quick, but I think I've got it near enough nailed down. It'll just be a case of getting a little bit more experience driving the track, figuring out just a couple more reference points, and then obviously working on a setup that would help improve the pace a little bit as well. But this circuit is good fun. I'm liking this. It's my first time, as I said, really driving the track is in this pack, and yeah, initial impressions, a lot of fun to drive, really quite enjoying it. So we're coming up to the end of the lap here, and we'll do a track guide for this second lap, or shall I say this first flying lap, and then we'll get on to a little bit more my thoughts and feelings and talk about the little details around the circuit that I really like. So turn 1 is just a flat out right-handed kink there. Now coming up to the first proper braking zone, 100 brake marker board. Down into, you can either use second or first. I stay just shy of the curb on the inside. Don't quite go fully out wide because you want to take this little chicane here flat out. Down into second gear, stay off the curb on the inside and well wide of the apex from where I want to be. But yeah, stay off the curb on the inside there because it will bounce the car wide. Now we're coming into sunset, very fast, long right-hander which can be taken in third or fourth gear. Watch for the bumps on the exit, and then braking at the 50-meter board. You can ride the curb on the inside here, second gear, use the curbing on the outside. Now we come into the fast chicane. You want to ride the curb a little bit on the inside, but you want to clip it late and then try and get on the throttle as early as possible for the run up the hill here, up towards the hairpin. Aim for the tree that's directly in front of you, and there's a marshal post on the left hand side which you can use as a brake marker reference point. First or second gear. Through there you can run the curb a little bit on the inside as well. Completely flat out left-hander, just nice smooth shallow line. Braking just as we get into the 100-meter board, down into second gear. Don't really ride the curb too much on the inside. Use all the curbing that's available there on the outside before we come into the penultimate turn. Third gear, flip the car in, and then 60-meter before the corner, down into second gear for the final turn. Could have been a little bit tidier on the apex, but obviously you want to get a good drive coming up of there to give yourself the best run possible coming down this straight, coming up to the braking zone up ahead. So it's a little bit of a track guide, a little bit of a messy lap, but we'll tidy them up for when we do the flying laps a little bit later on, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate the line a little bit better. But this circuit has a really nice flow to it. There's some curbs that you can use, some that you want to stay off of. Like I said, this is one of the curbs that you want to stay off of. Gently brush it like that, but generally you don't want to be hitting it hard. Sunset here is good fun. I used third gear last time, I'm going to use fourth this time. There is a little bit of a bump on the inside on the curb, and then there's the bumps there on the exit, but the Mercedes handles those very nicely. This is one of the curbs that you can ride, and generally with these larger curbs you kind of want to be clipping them quite late, such as this one here on the inside. You don't want to get up on the curb early because you just end up clobbering the bodywork on it, and that just really unsettles the car and you're not in for a good fun ride. Here may have just missed the marshal post on the left-hand side, but the tree that's directly in front of us, the one that is immediately to the right of the board there, that tree is what I generally aim for to try and get the best reference point coming here into this left-hander, as it is blind going up over the crest there, so it can be quite difficult to tell where the circuit actually is, but I seem to nail it each time that I aim for that tree directly in front. But yeah, the circuit is really nicely detailed. It can be quite hard to find some references at times. The track edges in a couple of places seem to be quite far away from the circuit, and there's a couple of curves that you need to watch out for, but the circuit is really nicely detailed and it's got a really nice flow to it as well. Really enjoying this one. And again, Kunos have done a good job of dressing the circuit with grandstands, event detail, crowds and everything else like that quite nicely. It's not quite as heavy as some of the previous circuits that we've looked at from the Intercontinental GT Pack, but still, it's nicely believable. The circuit looks quite busy and it's great fun to drive as well. And the Mercedes suits this circuit quite nicely. The circuit is quite high up in the in terms of altitude. I think it was Dave Perel said it was like 2,000 feet or something like that. So naturally aspirated cars will suffer a little bit more than the turbo competition, but obviously SRO or Blank Pan back at the time, or whatever runs the Kyalami race, whatever governing body or championship series there, obviously Intercontinental GT, duh, hence the pack, they would have popped the cars to make them nice and equal around the circuit, so it doesn't really matter too much here in terms of gameplay. But yeah, really liking this circuit, considering I've never raced it before or driven it before, but I'd like to see it appear in a few more sims in the future. I haven't had the chance to actually race around the circuit yet, so I'm not entirely sure what it's like for actually racing, but the approach into this braking zone here, very nice and wide, and leads into quite a slow hairpin. I imagine there's quite a bit of opportunity for overtaking going into there. So yeah, overall, Kunos have done a fantastic job with the DLC pack. All the tracks are really nicely detailed. A lot of fun to drive. Very well recreated here in the sim. And looking forward to seeing what other stuff they produce in the future, what other tracks they end up bringing. Who knows? Hopefully we'll see the Nordschleife coming at some point. Hopefully we get some of the GT Asia stuff and some of the US circuits as well. Obviously we've got Laguna Seca, but it'd be great to have like Road America, Sebring, Watkins Glen, those kind of circuits. Right, let's try and get a good, nice hot lap in here. So I'm going to go quiet, focus on the driving, so enjoy the lovely car sounds.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
So a 4.30. Fairly happy with that. I think that matched my personal best so far, but there was a few places that could have been a little bit neater and a little bit tidier. I lost a little bit of time, but that was a look at the final circuit, Kyalami, from the Intercontinental GT Pack. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And if you're new here, it would be very much appreciated if you consider subscribing to the channel. And if you hit that bell notification, you'll be notified of any new content that I put up or any time that I go live with a live stream in the future. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Hopefully I shall catch you in the next one, but until then, have fun, stay safe, and take care.